What are you doing? Huh? Oh, hey, I'm busy right now. What are you doing? Shouldn't you be working the grindstone on some more genius riveting Andrew Rant's content? Okay, first of all, stop saying genius and riveting in the same sentence like that. I never used those words. Yeah, you used the words brilliant insight. And second of all, and what is this? You have 22 hours in Stardew Valley. You didn't have that. Didn't you have like 3 last week? Actually, it's more like 40 now. If you don't start working on a video right now, I am going to pull this imaginary gun out of my pocket and shoot you with it. But you can't hurt me. This is just a video. Huh. I can't. Okay, I'm gonna be honest here. I can't fake pain. Are you gonna make the video now? No. Okay, stop. Look, it doesn't hurt. What are you doing? What are you doing? Just make the video. Listen, I'll stop bothering you if you make the video. Fine. Deal. Yes! Alright. Self-bullying for the win. So, originally, I was going to talk about how much I hated Olaf in this movie. Because, man, did I remember Olaf being a lot worse in this movie. And now that I've watched it again, which is the first time in like 8 years, I think, I have a different perspective. I feel like I have a very, what I imagine is a controversial opinion in Frozen. Something that would be just so absurd to other people. But my rant today is not going to be about Olaf. Oh, no, no, no. Because Olaf is an interesting connection between the, like, old childhood friends that Elsa and Anna used to be at the start of the movie. Now, rewatching the show, I feel like he does have more purpose. Even though he does sing the worst song, potentially the second worst song in the movie. The troll song comes pretty close. I really hated that one. So, I came into this movie suspecting that Olaf would be not only singing the worst song in the entire movie, which turned out to be not true, because the trolls sang the song that everybody forgot about. I don't think anybody remembers the troll song. Nobody remembers the troll song. I didn't. But no, it's not going to be about Olaf. This video is going to be about Hans. Yes, the bad guy. Okay, so Hans gets the real short end of the stick in this movie, and I think he does do some evil things, but my rant is about the fact that, like, this guy, there is no reason to believe that he is evil as a twist villain. Twists need to be, I feel like they need to be foreshadowed. You need to have at least one piece of evidence be like, oh, that's why he's doing this twist thing and betraying the people. But no, Hans has nothing. If we go back to the very beginning of the film, towards the beginning, when Hans and Anna meet, there's a moment where Hans, after Anna leaves, what I don't understand is, what's the deal with the genuine smile? What is the deal with that? Okay, so there's one thing to point out here. Hans gets control over the entire town of Annandale. So he gets control over Annandale. And what does he do? He actually comes into conflict with the dude from Weaseltown. Wesselton. He's basically saying like, oh yeah, I'll save everybody that I can. He doesn't have, there's no ominous vibe. There are no ominous vibes from this man at all. This guy is genuinely good. And this is from a perspective of like, we as an audience are watching him. There's no reason for him to be having this type of personality when Anna and Elsa are not nearby. So why the hell is he giving away blankets and offering food to the needy? What? How is he a twist villain? This guy should not have been a villain. This is just sad. He's like evil at the last 10 minutes of the movie. Up until that second, there's no reason to suspect him for any type of treason. He hasn't done anything mean, even when Elsa and Anna weren't around, because I know he's trying to manipulate them. He's done nothing. There's no reason to suspect him. There's no, like, unsure moment where the audience is like, well, I'm not sure about this guy. Just absolutely nothing. I hate this twist villain so much. Hans is so cool. There is a moment where Hans faces down this creature. He's like a hero, you know. He's got, like, all the soldiers behind him, and they're not doing anything. And you know what Hans does? So there's, like, the most ultimate moment here. So look at this. Look at this. Bam, and then running for the bridge. This dude, like, took down an ice elemental by himself. What a legend. He is so cool. They just really did this guy dirty. They should have just made the Duke of Wesselton the villain, and they should have just kept Hans alone. Because Hans was such a good guy when Hans had the chance to let Elsa die, which would have been part of his plan. The moment where the crossbowman is about to fire at Elsa, and he could have just not done anything. He could have acted like, oh, well, I didn't see the crossbow guy, and now Elsa is dead. But no. He goes and runs and redirects the arrow, saving Elsa's life. I cannot get over the fact that Hans saved Elsa's life. He had no reason to do it, but he did it anyway. This guy is like a hero, and the fact that the writers just decided to magically make him the villain with no reason other than the fact that they needed a twist villain. It's such a tragedy. Such a tragedy. Hans was really done dirty in this movie. I guess they weren't ready for a reveal yet. It's just so stupid. If you've already watched this movie, the scene makes absolutely no sense. There's no reason for Hans to save Elsa. It's just disappointing. I watched Hans throughout the entire movie. He's not even evil until the writers decided he was evil. Oh shoot, we need a twist villain. Holy cow, we need a twist. What are we gonna do? Let's just throw Hans underneath the bus. Poor Hans. Every time he's on screen before the last 16 minutes, this man is like feeding orphans and rescuing puppies. It's not like he's so good that it's absurd. He's just genuinely doing the things that are gonna help people. The fact that the writers would do this, I think they should have made him either absurdly good, oh, he's clearly playing it up, or give us some clues. As of 21 minutes from the end of the film, this Hans is a good guy. There is no reason to suspect he is evil. They literally showed us, the audience, that he was genuinely smiling when he first met Anna. It wasn't a creepy smile. It was like a warm smile. A man plotting to kill her sister is probably going to give off a little different of a smile than like a happy, warm smile. Hans is a good guy until the writers decided he wasn't a good guy. And then they just magically snapped their fingers and now he's a bad guy. He's not. He's clearly been taken over by something else. There are two different characters in this movie. There is Hans and then there is Evil Hans. And they are entirely separate entities. They are not the same person. See, there's like a moment. He's genuinely concerned for her life. You can actually see the moment. If you go back in the movie, you can see where the writers just stopped the entire universe, tore out his brain, placed his soul with an evil one, and then just kept the story going. Just not acknowledging the fact that this is magic. This is more magical than the freaking ice abilities that Elsa has. How magically he changes personalities. There's no reason to suspect this. This is a terrible twist villain. And Hans, it was clear that Hans was good the entire time. They did Hans dirty in this film. I'm willing to die on that hill. Hans is a good man, and he was just mind-controlled to be evil. He's like out there he's out there rescuing puppies and feeding orphans the entire film, and then like, oh, well, you could say like, oh, he's too good to be true. Well, the movie literally ends with Elsa saying, oh, it's about love, and then magically getting rid of all of her magic. If you're gonna accept that the answer to her powers is love, you can accept that there are like good people in the world, and you can accept that people who are evil are going to have clues throughout the film. Maybe not to the character. Maybe Anna could be completely and 100% tricked, which is understandable. But the audience, there should be some clues for the audience that this man was evil. There were zero clues. Absolutely zero clues. I now have a long rant about Hans and how he was done dirty. He's just a completely different person. The last 16 minutes of the movie are just him just being possessed by a completely different entity. This is not Hans from the beginning of the film. This is Hans, his evil twin brother, because that's the only explanation. They did Hans dirty in this film. It would have been better if he had not been the magical twist villain that Disney needs in every film, apparently. So yeah, that's the rant.